Hello everyone. Bit of a special video for you today. Had a live stream earlier, which went really well. Had some good interaction, solved some puzzles, played some games, viewer challenges. It was all really good. Um, the main purpose of this video is just a big shout out to Ed. Ed is one of my oldest supporters. He's been to almost every single one of my live streams. He's always interacting with the chat, giving me advice. He's a very good chess player and just a really nice guy. So this video is a tribute to Ed, and I'm going to cover the game that we played on stream today. If you want to check out the stream, I'm going to link it in the description. It's a lot of fun, and there'll be more streams coming soon as well. So let's jump into the game. So I managed to get the white pieces against Ed. Kind of lucky, but it was an unrated game. It's not totally serious, but Ed's rated 1707 in Rapid, so significantly higher than me. And that comes across as well when I'm solving puzzles on stream. Ed's always 2 steps ahead of me. He's solved the puzzle before I do. I believe he's got a puzzle rating over 3,000, maybe 3,100, something like that. Very, very good player. Very talented guy. So let's see what happened. So I started with the usual. We're both playing lots of book moves. We eventually get into this position. And this is a move that I don't see very often. It is a book move, and I'm sort of conscious of the fact that, this is a possibility. You can just directly challenge the black queen with your own queen, with the idea that if the black queen takes, we take back with the pawn and open up our rook, open up the a file. And that's good for us. If that were to happen, like for example, let's just put that on the board. You can see here, it's it's a slight advantage for white. So I was okay with that. However, I was sort of looking at this and thinking, what happens if black plays this? That sort of isn't very pleasant because I either have to retreat the queen, which means I've wasted at least one move, if not two, if I decided to go back here. Or I can just continue on with the idea and accept the fact that I'm sort of giving black what I wanted from this, which is opening up the A file, activating black's rook. So I didn't like that. So I did spend a little bit of time on this one. About 30 seconds. And I played this instead, and it actually turned out to be a book move. I didn't know that, but it just seemed like the best idea. I want to defend this pawn, and the queen here is always an idea in queen's pawn openings, sort of trying to target the enemy king. So that was fine. We continued developing. Ed decided to take in the center here, and I spent a little bit of time trying to figure out what pawn to take back with, and I eventually decided to take back with the e-pawn, this way, because something about this didn't feel quite right. Like opening up the C file, and let's say black gets another couple of moves. The rook coming here hitting my queen wouldn't be very nice. As it turns out, that is correct. That's an inaccuracy, and this is the right approach. So quite pleased I got that. Ed then continued developing. The engine is suggesting this move for Ed, but he didn't play that. I then went for this, which is actually, I think, a bit of a mistake. Like, I was sort of thinking, I want to punish the queen for being here. But it just doesn't work. Like, I'm not actually threatening anything here. I would have to probably play b5 first, and then b4, then a5, because this piece is covering the square. There's no threat. Um, However, Ed did react to it, which gave me some time, and it's now significantly better for me. 0.76 plus for white. So this is a good position for me, and I was sort of aware of that in the game. I was thinking, yeah, this is okay. I quite like this. So I kept developing. Ed played this move because there is some risk at some point for black that this could become an issue if this knight ever moves. I couldn't really see a way to dislodge this knight, to be honest, but these things happen. Decided to throw my knight in. It's okay. Ended up with this position. So my bishop's in a nice square. And I've got all my pieces sort of starting to coordinate towards the king side, the black king side. Ed's finding some good moves. And here, I found the best move again. My bishop can always retreat now. That's okay. And here I kind of started to lose the plot a little bit. I sort of felt in this position here that I wanted to attack. And it felt like my pieces were ready. Like all my pieces are sort of aiming at the black king side. I've got my knight involved as well now. So I was like, maybe I can just push my pawn like this and attack. However, it doesn't really work, and this is actually wrong. I should have just castled. And if I just castled, I mean, look at this position. It's great for white, and black is okay as well. It's not game over or anything, but what's black's plan here? I'm not sure. It looks like black wants to do something on the queen side, but I'm not seeing exactly how that's going to happen anytime soon. So I should have just been a bit more patient here. I've got a good position. I should have just kept improving things. But instead I kind of lashed out, went for this. And Ed found this fantastic move, which, you look at it, it looks like it loses a pawn if I just take, which is what I actually ended up doing. But the problem is the queen's kind of overworked. The queen is responsible for this pawn. And as soon as I'd played this, I was looking at it thinking, yeah, this doesn't look very good actually. But I couldn't see what else to do. Apparently I should have just castled. And I've still got a slight advantage here. And I'm just sort of leaving the knight in a very nice square, but it's not really doing anything. So this is the thing. One thing that I need to learn is don't panic sometimes, Like, this knight seems scary, and it is a very nice piece. It's like an octopus, controlling so many things. But it's not actually doing anything right now. And I don't know. I don't know what the idea is for me now, but if I just follow the engine line a little bit, apparently Ed should go back this way. And I retreat my bishop. Quite slow, improving moves. Yeah, so we're just sort of shuffling around now, trying to maneuver. And it's probably a complete draw, to be quite honest. Plus 0.42, not a lot in it. So that's what should have happened. Instead, I just sort of panicked a little bit and thought I had to take that knight off because it was such a scary looking piece. But this just failed for the reason I mentioned earlier. Now here, I actually had another chance. Like, this is wrong. Giving up this pawn. I should have actually played this move, because this pawn's going to be very hard to defend. It's still bad. Black still has a significant advantage, but this might be playable. This might be the best chance. If we continue down this line for a bit, I have to retreat the bishop, and ooh, that's nasty. Okay, so that's possible. Taking advantage of this pin. So yeah, this is worse than I thought. But it's still apparently, it's only minus 1.27, so it's not game over. So this would have been my best chance, I think. I can now pick up this pawn. And material's actually equal here. But yeah, black has a better position. They've got more control over the center now. And this bishop's looking a bit silly. Black has a good position, but it could have been playable, perhaps. But anyway, I didn't do that. I just took the pawn. I allowed Ed to come in. There's only one move here to even hope for surviving, which I luckily found. But my pawns are dropping. So I'm now down a clean pawn. And in this position, I decided to try and just simplify, like get the queens off the board. It's not the right idea. That makes things quite a bit worse for me. I should have tried queen f4, which I guess, somehow, some way is going to be targeting this pawn, perhaps. Not sure. Engine's recommending f6. This is probably just game over anyway. It's a very nice position for black. This pawn's weak. Yeah. But anyway, I didn't do that. I tried to trade the queens off, which Ed accepted. And now it's minus 3.65. It's just really bad for me. My attack that I thought I had just doesn't exist. This knight move that Ed found was a great move, and I think it should have had a great move at least on it, actually, because it just completely shut down my position. Ed comes in with the rook, and I went for this, and this is a very bad mistake by me. For some reason, earlier on in this position, I had the idea of, pushing my g-pawn. But in the position previously, there was a black knight here. As we saw, Ed played this really nice move here. But for some reason, I had internalized this idea of pushing the g-pawn, and just sort of thought that I had enough pieces defending this. And I didn't really look at the position. I just played it. I actually spent almost 30 seconds on that. I think I was looking at lots of other potential moves, like perhaps challenging this rook. Something like this. And I was trying to calculate some way to generate some counterplay, maybe even this. I couldn't find anything, and so I was conscious I was getting quite low on time as well, as was Ed. So I kind of gave up on those calculations and just thought, right, I'll go back to the original plan. Let's push g5 without thinking about it. And that was a big mistake because it just throws away a pawn. But worse than that, I then just followed up instantly within a couple of seconds with this, thinking, yeah, my knight's coming in. I've got an attack. Just failing to realize that I'm just hanging a piece. The bishop's open now. So it's just a complete hallucination for me based on a position earlier in the game. So I'm very disappointed in that. I wanted to give Ed a better game than this, and just shocked about that. So now Ed found this move. He could have just taken here, probably better. But he played this instead, and I've got nothing now. Like, I should actually just take here. It's the best idea, but it's just game over, so it doesn't matter. So, the game ended in fairly short order. I tried to create some counterplay along here, like these hit both the bishops, but, Ed can just simply take my knight like this, and I've just down a clean piece. 3 pawns each. All the pawns are sort of opposing each other. There's no chance of creating a passed pawn, really. All the pawns are weak. Certainly all my pawns are weak. Some of Ed's pawns are weak as well, but there's not really anything I can do here. I'm down a piece. So, I've got a lot of respect for Ed, so I didn't force him to play this out. I just resigned in this position. It's completely lost. Very well played to Ed. A deserved win. He played a really, really good game. If I just go back to the review, I can show you that. So you can see here, absolutely unbelievable game by Ed. 93.3% accuracy, 0 mistakes, 0 misses, 0 blunders, 2150 game rating. To be fair, I didn't play that badly. I had 1 mistake. But I think I had lots of little mistakes, I would class them as, which kind of, especially looking at night, which kind of made my position worse. But yeah, that was a really good game. Enjoyed it. So yeah, tribute to Ed. Thanks, buddy. And hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you again soon. Take care, guys. Bye.